Yep. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Spartan Nation? Your boys are back. As you can see, we right here. We right here right now. This is really happening. But for those that can't see the video, welcome to the Spartan Dog Podcast. I am your co-host, West Coast Rail, joined by my guys Jordan and Devin Armstrong.
How you guys doing?
He said West Coast, brother. You on the East Coast
I
rail,
know,
sir.
man. I'm still West.
East
Hey, man,
Coast
I know.
rail,
I got
sir.
I'll always be
Midwest
West Coast at heart.
Rail. Midwest Rail. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna get it Midwest. I'm gonna get back to it. But yeah. It's on, man. Football season is upon us. This Friday coming up, FAU. It's going down. I mean, this is where shit happens. I mean, we're in love. We're in fantasy land right now. We can't wait to see the Spartans. So we can't wait to see them, man. I want to get everybody's feel of this season coming up. Give me your concerns, anything you got, anything you need to get off your chest before this season starts, man. Y'all let me know.
Jordan, you go ahead first, bro. You went here last time. Let's hear this.
Yeah. So for me, I'll go with concerns first. I'll start the negatives first. I think the negatives. I think everyone has similar negatives. I think it's very clear. Depth of the offensive line. Is our our backfield developed at all? Like, has it gotten better? And D-line depth. But for me, some of our fears are some of my excitements because, like I've always told you guys, I think there's a difference between not having depth and unknown players.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have more so unknown guys more than no depth. So for me, I'm excited because why be mad that the same players that sucked left? Like, I'm happy to see something new with competent coaching. I think it's refreshing. So for me, I'm very excited. I think it's just a good opportunity for us to start fresh with guys that want to be here, understand what the assignment is, and go from there. My biggest concern that I would say that isn't really talked about is just kind of, it's kind of been talked about, but who's going to be the X factor? I think, Jack Velling, I think everyone knows he's pretty good. I think a lot of people are assuming that Big Ten teams just don't know who Jack Velling is. Like, I think a lot of people forget that the Big Ten isn't like the Pac-12. A lot of teams have good tight ends, and a lot of teams know that tight ends are pivotal. So I think that Jack Velling is still going to be great, but it's going to have to be more than just putting Jack Velling on the other side of the field and he just is open and no one's there.
Right.
So that's my concern. I just want to make sure Jack Velling can do what he did in the Pac-12 and the Big Ten. And then who's our X factor receiver? I think, putting a lot of pressure on Nick Marsh. I know he's good. I know everyone's saying he's good, but that's a lot of pressure for a freshman receiver who's going to go through a lot of weather changes and take a lot of bruises and bumps. I need Montorie Foster to step up. He kind of gives me Terry Akins vibes. Those.
Yeah.
Sometimes he does really good. Sometimes he drops every ball. I need him to step up. But that's me right there. That's what I got for you guys.
I think, piggybacking off that, Montorie Foster definitely going to step up. He came back for a reason. I believe last year. I think he can be a pretty good slot middle receiver. The Y, correct me if I'm wrong on that, or maybe it's the Z that lines up next to the X. I don't know. I'm tired. But anyways, so I think he can fill in that slot, kind of come underneath, willing to take those hits in the middle. But yeah, most people tend to forget, piggybacking off the tight end thing you were talking about, Iowa University in the Big Ten is probably number one in the nation when it comes to developing tight ends. So the Big Ten is no stranger to seeing tight ends that are excellent. So concerns that I have with the team, yeah, probably mainly just the depth. And I would say I'm just concerned the D-line. The offensive line I think is going to be okay because I brought over Tanner Miller from Oregon State who was all Pac-12 last year.
Uh-huh.
So I think my concern really lies within the D-line. Don't really know outside. This is going to be the opportunity to where Maverick Henson and Alex Van Summerman, who's been injured multiple times, have the opportunity to step up. And I've been hearing good things within the interviews that people have been having and posting about him and what's going on in camp. I've been hearing great things. So it sounds like he's pretty much 100% healthy, and he's putting in that effort, because he originally was, what, a 4-star, 4.5, wasn't it?
Yeah, 4-star. Yep.
So I think this is going to be the opportunity for him to showcase that.
One of the best D linemen in the country, I think, too. I think he was, like, one of the better ones.
Mm-hmm. So this is going to be that
Yeah,
opportunity for him to really display that and show that, and what not better opportunity than to come along with Jonathan Smith, who's obviously have a heavily great proven track record, and then Joe Rossi being in Minnesota having a top 7, top 10 defense in the country last couple of years. So that's kind of
yeah,
what I'm thinking.
yeah. I'm more positive than I am than negative.
Mm-hmm.
Let me start with my concern. My concern is the defense and Joe Rossi. Last thing we knew, we had Scotty Hazelton. We thought we had a pretty good defensive coordinator, and you know what? You know how that turned out. So it's important for Joe Rossi to get the taste of Scotty Hazelton out of Michigan State's mouth, or Michigan State fans' mouth. We need to see some competent defense this year. I know it's a lot to ask for,
A
especially with
lot?
the
No, sir.
pieces to lit. But
They
I'm just saying. I'm just saying from what from what we've been seeing. We know what
Mm-hmm.
can we really just expect the Pittsburgh Steelers defense to come out there and just
No.
I don't think that's going.
No,
I
no,
don't think
but
that's going to be the
just some
case.
competent plays to where we're not
I just
watching our
want you.
team
I
give
want
up
you to
15,
wrap
20
up,
yards.
tackle, try to strip the ball when you can. Just simple, just little intricate details that I just want to see improve with the defense. I know that we're probably gonna have some linebacker coverage faults, but the recruiting is gonna help that up. Just so I know that might be a struggle for this year, but the years after this, it will be an improvement. So, but my positive is the offense. I have no concern about that. I know that Nate Carter. I know the running back out of UMass, Lynch Adams. I know he's going to be used as a weapon. Jack Valley, like y'all were talking about, great tight end Nick Marsh, Montori Foster. Uh, we got weapons. We got things that we can do, and I know that the offensive line is going to block for Aiden Childs, and I know Aiden Childs is going to be a problem in the Big Ten, and I know he's ready. So all I know is we just need to get the ball to our offense, and we will win more games than we lose. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. So just coming up here, obviously we've got the Florida Atlantic game
Mm-hmm.
coming up here on Friday. Just when it comes to Jordan, I know the last episode you weren't on there, so I was kind of curious as to what your take on where. Just a simple question here: where is the floor for Michigan State this season, and where is the ceiling, record wise?
Right.
I would say for standard wise, for everything we have right now, no injuries, because I don't think that's a statistic. Like that's not a statistic. So what based off of everything we have on paper, I would say our floor is 6 games, and I think that's if even with some injuries, I still think we can win 6 games because we almost did last year with terrible coaching.
Mm.
So I think about it like that. Even if we get pulverized in those 4 game stretch, like we need to, not gonna get on that, but our first 4 games, we should get out of there 3-1. And then, after that, I think that last 4 game stretch, we should beat all those teams, that we should after we get through that wave, but our ceiling, I think for me, 8-9 wins. I think our ceiling for me is 8 to 9 wins. I think we could also beat some teams. I think we could beat a lot of teams that we should lose to. I think Michigan's not a for sure loss, and for some reason I don't know about Oregon. I don't know. After Florida State, I don't know. After what I saw for Florida State, I don't know. I just don't know. I think Michigan State with the offense, I think we could. So I think our ceiling and floor is close. I'm not too big. I'm not like everyone else that thinks it's like 10. I think that really right now our floor should be 6, like 6 wins. That's the floor. That's the lowest I can see us, for the floor, and then our ceiling, I can definitely see it at like 9, 10, 9, 8, 9.
Yeah, I think that I'm kind of similar. I wrote down that the floor for me for this season is 5, just to cover the bet. The bet is 4.5. I want you to cover the bet. Aiden
Right.
Child said bet the over. I'm gonna bet the over. So I'm just saying right now. So the floor is the over. So let's just get that out the way. You should win 5 games for sure.
Yes.
The ceiling for me is about 9, 10, 9 to 10. I can see us beating Maryland. Now, I mean, I'm getting more and more confident, and I need to just see it from FAU. And if I see it from FAU, then I'm gonna be like, okay, bam. We're not gonna show everything we got. We should now. Can I just 1 second for this game? MSU is minus 14. Do you believe that we should beat FAU by 2 touchdowns at least?
They have a good coach in Tom Herman, so I will say 14 is fair.
14 is fair. So if that's the case, then we'll have to see, because I think they should beat FAU by at least 2 touchdowns.
I could see it being
That
more.
to me, because I could see more too. But I'm just saying, like, that would install confidence in me going into Maryland.
Yes.
If you only beat FAU by a field goal or by a touchdown, now I have concerns going into Maryland of how are you going to put more points up on the board.
Mhm.
And I believe Aiden Childs is going to show. I have a feeling FAU is just going to be dog food out there for Michigan State, because I do believe that Aiden Childs is going to show out for the fans, of Michigan State. So
Maryland's one of the biggest games. I like how you mentioned Maryland 4 times because that's a very important game for me. That's a very big game for our season.
If it wasn't on the road, I wouldn't be as concerned.
And Maryland for me just always, messes our seasons up. Let me just keep it PG.
There you go.
They alter our seasons and dark. You know what I mean? Like whenever we play Maryland and we get beat up in goofy ways, like you know what I mean. It's the goofiest, ugliest game you'll ever see.
Big
It never
time.
goes well after it.
Nope.
So just had to throw that out there. That Maryland game is huge. And FAU, I think that's a great test because the coaching, they don't have, it's not like they have a useless team. Like Herman played in the Big Ten. He failed at Texas, but I think he's still a decent-minded coach to where he's not like a slouch, where it's like you can just go in there sleepwalk. And it's a good test for a team that's brand new, I think. So I like the first game test. I actually like it a lot.
Okay.
Just kind of
It's going to be
piggybacking.
close, but yeah.
No, and one thing that I was doing a little research on FAU myself. They're a little bit of a rebuilding stage as well, similar to Michigan State. Obviously, just not quite as much talent. I think the talent's obviously a lot different, and as far as overhaul and everything, I know that the quarterback they had last season did transfer out, and they got a new transfer in from Marshall, who was a dual threat quarterback. So that could be something that we need to look out for when it comes to the game. If we can contain that, keep that in the pocket, not let him kind of, I'm not expecting them to stop him every play. I'm sure he's going to get a couple little flashy drives here and there. But if we can contain it overall, I can see us probably winning this game somewhere from like about 21, 24 points easily. I can definitely see that if we can shake the confidence of that quarterback a little bit.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be mad if we didn't. Like, I also wouldn't be mad if we didn't. If we held them to a low-scoring game and it's just like, okay, like, we're not going to show too much of our offense. We're going to try to keep guys healthy. Like, the moment we pull away with the game, kind of, like, take guys out, which I would hope he does. Like, once we're pulled, even if it's, like, 21-0 going into the fourth, I'd be like, let's take guys out, save them for Maryland. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be mad if it's a closer game or a low-scoring game. But I expect the first half to be a gun show. Like, I expect it to be lights, camera, action.
I agree.
So kind of transitioning into the Florida Atlantic game here, one thing I do want to ask you guys, obviously at the end here we're going to do score prediction, but the most important thing I want to ask you guys here is what are one thing on each side of the ball that you are going to be looking for? Jordan, we'll start with you as to not necessarily the key to winning this game, because I'm sure we're all in 100% agreement Michigan State is going to win this game. But
Yeah,
right. What are one thing on each side of the ball that you're looking for to see that this team has improved from last year or years before?
I'm going to be looking at receivers because I think our receivers were underutilized, and I want to see how well our receiving core, how free they play, how free they look. So I'm just going to be looking at, the offense, especially. Long story short with that is to wrap it, put it all together because essentially I just want to see if it's all a well-oiled machine. Like I don't want to see too many, mistakes, too many like miscommunications to where it's just like I know there's going to be a few. It's the first game, but I just want to make sure everyone kind of knows their roles. It's what I mean, like a well-functioning machine to where it's like our running backs are working well together. It's smooth, it's fluent. I don't want to see, we hand off. He drops the handoff. We pick it up. We just barely. I don't want to see a sloppy first game where it's like this was just we won, but it was just sloppy. I just want to see it clean offensively, pick apart the defense, bam, score touchdowns. Defensively, I really just want to see our defensive backs get 2 interceptions. If we can force 2 interceptions, I will be so happy. 2 interceptions in the game. That's really what I want from defense. I think you should be able to, with a dual threat quarterback who's from Marshall, you know, get apply pressure, make him get uncomfortable, and throw an interception. I want two. That's what I'm looking for. If we don't get two, I'm not mad. I'm looking for turnovers. I'm looking for sacks and turnovers on defense. That's me.
Real?
All right. One thing I'm gonna look for on offense is quarterback protection. I think our offensive line is going to be vastly improved. We got Tanner Miller from Oregon State coming in and playing center. I believe that is going to look like another version of Oregon State looked last year. So as long as I can see that, I'll be fine. Defensively is where I'm gonna put my heart and soul into is the defensive side of the ball. Scotty Hazleton is still like at the tip of my tongue of just disgustingness for the defense. So I need to see a turnover.
I got PTSD, bro.
2 is a lot to me. I mean, I'm trying to do baby steps with this defense. I want to see third down stops. How about that?
That's crazy. 2 interceptions. Look how far we've been hurt.
Hey, I'm telling you that. How long? I just want to see us get off the field on third downs. How about that? I just want to see us get off the field. I mean, I don't care how you get it done.
That's a very good one.
Just get off the field. Just let me know that there's some competency on defense. You know what I'm saying? And that's on Joe Rossi. So I just want to see a little bit of improvement. I need to see a pass rush. Oh gosh, what would I do with a pass rush? Like, I would give my right arm to see a pass rush right about now. Can we get Kenny Willickis on the phone so he can come back and give us a pass rush? Cause
man, I have his phone number. Let me call him real quick.
I know. I've been waiting on that interview.
I don't think it's happening.
Oh no, man! But yeah,
I'd say for me, offensively, I'm looking for because the last couple of years we have been averaging. Do you guys know what our average yards per carry with our running backs has been over the last couple of years?
3.5.
Just about 4.8, 4.6 a carry.
That's surprising.
It is.
I'm looking for us to average in this game, I think the floor bare minimum somewhere around 100, 120 yards, but I'm looking for about 6.8 a carry.
You're going to get more than that with Aiden Childs if you thought about it.
I mean, yes, but I'm looking from Nate Carter.
Okay.
And Mr. Lynch Adams. I'm looking for 6.8, and I'm looking, honestly, I'm hoping they come out, and it doesn't have to be by a singular person. It can be together between the two of them. I'm looking for 200 plus. On the ground this game. 200 plus.
I want blitzkrieg. I want them to run through them, lightning warfare, through the air, through the ground.
200 plus on the offense side. So I need to see the run game definitely improve. That lets me know that teams at that level, they're just going to take over that way. When they get to the Oregons, the Ohio State, the Michigan, the Iowa, we might be averaging, 5.5, but we can or 4.8. We can hang with that and try to win those games like that.
True.
But not averaging 4.8 against Florida Atlantic.
Right.
Or Prairie View. But that's what I want to see out of the offense. Now, defensively, I'm kind of with Jordan a little bit to where I want to see third down stops. That's what I want to see because we could not stop third downs.
Oh, that's real.
Or I'm sorry, was that Rail that said that?
Yeah.
I want to see I'm with you on that. I want to see third down stops from our defensive backs or just the defense in general. I mean, all three phases. I mean, just between front seven, back half, I want to see a third down short, third down and long. I need to see multiple. I just need to see us mentally beat them on defense. Yeah, they're probably going to convert some third downs here and there, but I'm looking for the stats to be somewhere around there, 2 for 9 on third down, not 5 for 9, 6 for 9. I'm not trying to see that out of Florida Atlantic. I want to see a 2 for 9, a 2 for 10, a 2 for 11. Stuff like that. That lets me know that they are wearing them down mentally. Mm-hmm. That you can just see them getting more tired and tired as the game goes on.
That's right.
I
So
also want to see Tommy Schuster in that game at some point. I got to see some Tommy Schuster. I heard that dude's a slinger. I just want to see a little bit of Tommy Schuster. That means we need to blow them out, though.
There
That's
you
what
go. There you go. That's what you.
I was
Hey,
gonna
if that's
say.
the case, you need at least 21 points on the board for you to see Tommy. So
yeah, like. Also, I forgot to ask you guys about the Florida State game, but like I almost have to give Jonathan Smith and his offense credit. Like DJ Uyunglele looked bad. Like, was he their full time starting quarterback last season?
yes, he
Yeah,
was.
yes he was.
Yes,
Yes
he
he
was.
was. And I just think that goes back to Aiden Childs just being inexperienced, and that was the only reason that he pretty much got the job.
Right.
I was,
Basically, I'm just like, I think the system fit him better. I believe Jonathan
Yeah.
Smith can find ways within his offense to make it not so hard for the quarterback to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? So DJ is out here, reading the defense. Not saying that Jonathan Smith don't tell you to read the defense, but if that wasn't his strong point, I'm pretty sure he was like, hey, we're gonna play action this way, throw it to the tight end, and it should be open. Because we can draw it up that way. So it's just some systems fit quarterbacks, and when you leave for that money, and now it's like, damn, are you gonna get drafted? That's the thing that NIL would mess a player up. You would be chasing
Yeah.
a bag more than doing what's best for your career if you see yourself going into the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Some people will price themselves out of a situation that could help them get to the NFL and make a bigger bag than whatever you were making in college. So
yeah, he was 19 for 27 on 193 yards, no touchdowns, no interception. So not exactly the greatest. Yeah, not exactly the greatest showing. But hey, yeah, the system out there. I mean, you got to think he had tight end Jack Velling,
yes,
a couple good receivers out there. I mean, the
Keep
Oregon
talking.
State team, what people don't realize, was built up very well over these
Yes,
last
it was.
3 seasons. Built up very well. So
He's building the same in Michigan State. You just watch.
and except now he's going to have a whole lot more resources, a whole lot better just resources in general, whether it's NIL money, sponsorships, whatever it is, scholarships, and just overall recruiting aspects. He's just got a much, much better team. So,
Absolutely.
with that being said, as far as the score prediction goes, what do you guys, where do you guys have the score at? We'll start with you, Rel. Not what makes you comfortable or uncomfortable, but where do you have the score at?
It's a good one. I got 31-14 MSU.
Okay.
A team like FAU, I don't give a damn if they had Jesus on that side. They shouldn't score 14 points. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if it was Scotty Hazelton's defense. 14 points would be the only amount of points that you could be allowed to score at home versus a weaker opponent. I would just going to put that out there. So 31-14, if you could put 31 points on the board, once again, that confidence can be built for the Maryland game.
I'm pretty close with you, Rel. I'm pretty much right there with you. I had it 38-14. They score a first drive touchdown, a scripted drive where it's maybe like in the first quarter. Yeah, so 38-14 for me.
I'm looking at about 42-10.
Oh my God.
42-10. Run through them. Friday night, make it a good night in East Lansing. Come out, show. I'm not saying we got to show the entire offense, but just run through these guys. Yeah, they're not Michigan. They're not Iowa. They're not one of our Big Ten. They're not Notre Dame. They're not one of our college football rivals. But just put on a show Friday night while we're going to have a lot more eyeballs on us because nobody else plays until the next day. Run out there and show off what we got.
Yep.
Showcase the fact that we got talent and people need to take us serious. So I'm looking at 42-10. I'm thinking, like Jordan said, scripted first drive, touchdown, then probably get a field goal late in the second quarter, and then after that, they don't see 50 other side of 50. So they don't see the other side of the 50-yard line. They're just punting all night. Or trying to convert on fourth down and failing every single time. So
love to see it.
That's kind of what I'm looking at.
I would love to see a punt return. I don't know the last time I've seen a punt return.
Not since Jaden Reed went to the league.
That's crazy. I can't recall the last time I've seen a punt return.
Yeah. So, we just need to see that against FAU. Everything will be all right. Everything will be right with the world.
Amen.
I'm not even sure who's back there as our punt returner right now.
I don't either.
No idea. I guess that's just a surprise, which
There
I'm
it is.
happy. I hope we see it.
Shoot,
And we're seeing a lot
the
of it.
fastest man on the team just return punts.
Let's make
Yep.
a bet. Who's your bet? I'm betting Montori.
I mean, is he the fastest
I don't
receiver? If
think
he's the fastest receiver, I
I
don't
don't
know if
think
I.
he's the fastest, but I think he's the one that they're safest with. I don't know. That's just a guess.
if you think I don't think they put the number one because he is the number one wide receiver right now for us. I don't think they'll put their number one receiver in that
Edelman
position.
returned punts for New England.
But he was getting paid millions of dollars to do that. So when you,
Or I got Isaiah. I got that Isaiah Johnson guy, number 9 or whatever. It's like AVI or something.
Okay.
Isaiah something. I don't know.
yeah, somebody gonna punt him. Somebody
Yeah,
gonna do it. So hey, we gonna find out.
Somebody gonna do it.
We gonna find out.
Any closing thoughts you guys had?
I'm just happy it's here. It feels like it came so slow. I'm just so happy we're here with a fresh start. I can breathe. Everyone take a deep breath, a fresh air. It's a whole new team. I'm excited.
Big time. Yeah, I'm excited too. I mean, it's finally here. I mean, Friday night lights. We gonna finally see what Michigan State got, and beginning of this long journey this season, man. We're gonna make this happen. I mean, this is gonna be an up and down season. This is it, man. This is where champions are born right here. This is going to be special. I know this season gonna be special. I know we're gonna beat some people we're not supposed to, but it's got to happen. This season it's gonna happen. So just get ready.
And
If
like
I was a
Ian
betting
Child
man, I
said,
definitely. If I was a betting man at this point, our first 4 and last 4 games, I'd bet my house on us going 4-0 both sections. I don't see us losing any game there. I don't see us. I don't see us losing the first 4 games. I don't see us losing any of the last 4.
Listen, I can't bet that much, but
he
I
said,
feel you.
Bro, why don't you jump in on that one, bro? Jump in on the bet, bro.
Shit. Listen, I bet game by game. That's how I take these bets.
If we was in the Mel Tucker era, I'm saying we'd probably go 2-2 or 1-3.
God.
But but with Jonathan Smith, I think we're just going to beat it. I'm not saying we're going to blow Maryland out of Maryland. And for some reason, everybody seems to be very, very high on Boston College, and I don't understand why. We'll get a showing of them against Florida State on next Monday.
Don't let them beat him.
Maybe Florida State, then I might be slightly concerned. But we'll get a showing and see how they are. But everybody seems to be, I think mainly just because we go on the road to Boston College. I think that's kind of a little bit of concern there. But, I mean, everybody was super concerned we were going to lose to Miami a couple of years ago.
Hey.
Players like playing on the road, though. I feel like players like that, too, being the bad guys.
Coming in there, they get they might even sport the icy whites then.
Oh, no, God, stop it.
You don't
What's
like
wrong
the icy
with
whites?
We always get beat down in those jerseys. We have not won a game in the ice whites, ever.
Have we not?
Yeah, we
Those
have.
are-
It probably wasn't like the biggest games you ever seen. Like, obviously, I think we got beat every single time we played them against Michigan. We got beat down. Like
Michigan, Washington, we wore them against Washington. We got destroyed.
yeah,
Didn't we wear? Didn't we
Ohio
wear
State, we wore them against. We wore
But
them
now you
against.
talking about? Why are you talking about like top 10 in the country? Yeah, we're probably gonna lose that. We might lose that game given the team and stuff and situation of everything.
Those are when they wore the ice whites, and even against Maryland once, I think they wore them, and that was when we played sloppy as hell.
we got the black jerseys coming up though. So
Yeah, why don't we just wear black? Why don't we just?
They should have never debuted those last year. They should have held on to that and waited till this season.
They knew they didn't want Mel Tucker. They should have held it. Yeah, they should have held on. But there's always time to fix them. You know, luckily we barely wore them last year, so it wasn't tainted too bad.
Right.
Debuted this season against like Iowa or Purdue. One of those home games. Debuted against one of those two teams. I'd be pretty
I'd
good.
wear it against Maryland to make an example out the very
Exactly.
first.
That's
I'd wear
how
it
I
against
feel.
Maryland as an example. Like, bro, we're here to black out the show. Like, you're our very first victim of the Big Ten. Welcome.
Exactly. I'm with that one. You got to. This is the start of a Jonathan Smith era. Like, make a statement, Jonathan Smith. Whatever that statement wants to be. If you say, hell, you're going to win whatever games you're going to win. So make a fashion statement. You gotta put something out there just for kids to want to come and be interested in joining Michigan State. This is a family atmosphere. People, every recruit has always said that. This is family here at Michigan State. So, I mean, put a little flair on it. You know what I'm saying? It'll sell. Hard
Right.
work and a little flair. That's all you need, man. Let's get the dubs now. Let's go.
Honestly, we might pull out the blast against FAU. Who knows?
Oh Lord!
Nah, you'd
At
be
the beginning of the
overkilling
season, man,
then. I'm like, oh
I'm
god.
looking forward to putting on my green jersey. I hope they match
Yeah,
me.
I want the green, bro. I want the green one.
All right,
Yeah.
Rel, you want to close us out?
Yeah, man. Shoot. Thank everybody for listening, man. Check us out on Spotify. Soon to be checking out on YouTube. This will go up. So let y'all know that now. We're gonna be doing this this pretty big. We're gonna take this season will be a testament to everybody that always consistently listen to us. Every time we drop, you always listen to us, man. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts, man. Thank you. We try to give y'all the best content we can possibly think of, every single week, man. And this is hard work. We all got our own individual lives, and for us to come together for an hour and just give you our thoughts, man, it's a blessing for all of us, man. We just, we happy to serve y'all, man. Just, thank y'all for everything, for listening, man. Check us out on Spotify. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Spartan Dogs PC. Devin, you got anything else?
No. Follow me on at your own discretion on Twitter. I post crazy shit. I keep warning y'all all the time. I
Yeah.
always disclaimer. I post some very triggering shit. So,
Yep.
follow me at your own discretion. But yes, follow us on the Spartan Dog Podcast. We will see you guys in the next episode. Go green.
Go white.
Right.